Purdue is one of the oldest colleges of pharmacy in the country, and it really is kind of a neat study to look back at the past to find out how far we've come and how far we're going to continue to go. 125 years ago, people still thought of, and even more recently than that, pharmacists were more commonly referred to as druggists or chemists or any number of things on the corner drugstore. You'll even see in some of the movies in the mid-1900s, the corner pharmacy shop where you go and you get a soda poured at the counter. And so we've come so far, and we've moved so much further in linking ourselves more to the patients than the products that we sell and the locations that we occupy. Community pharmacists now still occupy very prominent locations in our communities, but they provide more prominent services as well. They're there much more for the long-term care and the stability of the patients there. And so it's been a very long ride, but certainly like to think that we've got a lot more than 125 years ahead of us and a lot more progress to come. The College of Pharmacy here at Purdue University does a wonderful job of creating students that are really programmed and geared towards this vision of entrepreneurship in the future. We do a lot more than just train for the way that pharmacy practice has been and is currently. A lot of our classes and faculty and educators provide a better vision of what you can do to grow. And so much of the training is really geared towards not just a certain body of knowledge or being able to recall what you've learned, but situational. How do you collaborate with other professionals? How do you collaborate with each other? And how do you collaborate to create a new vision? And how do you execute to deliver that vision?
They have a focus in almost every field of pharmacy, every branch of pharmacy, and they have a vast amount of research going on. So there's just a lot more help and support and a lot more diversity.
Purdue University School of Pharmacy, it can take you anywhere. It's one of the reasons I came here. Just having that name associated with your degree definitely puts you at the top of the list. The classes, it's a more rigorous curriculum. We have some programs like the nuclear pharmacy that not every university has.
The Purdue curriculum prepares you well to go on rotations and to be prepared well as a pharmacist, but then it also offers a lot of other extracurricular activities that help you explore your areas of interest within pharmacy.
From an early time, Purdue gets you into a very team-building type mentality. We have a very good orientation program here. It's a 3-day program. It definitely helps to get people to rely on their classmates and to share information, and definitely aids in your education.
I really like the fact that we are such a close, tight-knit group of people here. For a college campus of 40,000 students, it's amazing how you can develop those real personal relationships with people. And it's not just superficial relationships, but you have a real sense of belonging with the people in your classes.
The pharmacy program definitely has an emphasis on leadership development. Also included in that emphasis is the opportunities that are afforded as part of the multiple pharmacy organizations that we have here that individuals can be a part of and take on leadership positions in order to further develop their skills. Networking with the faculty, they are definitely interested in developing that relationship and helping us continue to develop as leaders in our profession.
The faculty are phenomenal. They are experts in their field, so whenever you're studying a specific topic, you know that you're going to get the best education. They are very knowledgeable and very approachable.
I hope what I convey to students is that I truly see them as future colleagues. So I really want to invest in them now and think about them that in a few years I tell them, you're going to be Dr. So-and-so. I'm going to talk with you as a colleague. I really engage them to the point where they're involved in every step of whatever it is that we're doing. I want to get them fully involved so that they feel really comfortable with it, so when it's their turn to step up, that they have the skill sets they need to do so.
The profession of pharmacy in the next 10 years is really heading not in a direction that is going to be crafted for us, but I really think it's going to go in a direction that we have the opportunity to lead it in. Everything from the Affordable Care Act with health reform to the expansion of postgraduate training, whether it be in fellowships or residencies, certificate programs. There's a lot of new and exciting things that the profession of pharmacy is expanding and growing into. And the real key and the exciting thing is that 10 years from now, we're really going to find a lot of leaders that are going to go out there and create the roles that don't even exist today. And I think that that's the most important part about the future, is not what people will tell us our profession needs to look like, but what are we going to do to step up and make it what it can become for our patients.
I think this is going to be the decade where pharmacists continue to have more and more opportunities in direct patient care settings. I think this is going to be the decade where we finally get provider status through Medicare, and that other insurers are going to follow suit then in recognizing pharmacists as providers. And I think that these opportunities are going to be in more and more innovative settings as well.
I think the students here at Purdue are going to do a wonderful job of creating that future that we talk about.
This pharmacy school is what you make it. You can either take the core classes and you can get a great education that way, or you can branch out and take as many electives as possible. The diversity of the program is definitely what sets us apart.
Think about not just Purdue's pharmacy school, but Purdue in general. They travel. They're all across the country. So you get a chance to make connections with people all across the country, all across the world really, that few other schools match. Because of the connections you make from Purdue, there's a lot of opportunities to get internships, to get jobs.
One of the things about being a pharmacist is the minute you graduate and you become a licensed pharmacist, we all also become leaders and teachers by default. People will always ask us, patients, neighbors, family members, what's this medication for? What am I doing here? And we need to be able to not only have that answer, which we can teach, but we need to teach people how to be that whole professional. We need to teach them how to become teachers themselves. And making sure that students are aware of that and to make that transition is one of my favorite interactions with students.